Greetings, everyone. This is Cassandra Floyd, also known as the Daughter of the Fates. I am the founder of the Temple of Evolutionary Emergence, and I am back today with the continued reading of this most wonderful piece of work called Pure Lust, Elemental Feminist Philosophy by Mary Daly. Pure Lust, Elemental Feminist Philosophy by Mary Daly. Now, yesterday we had a pretty profound reading / experience, and as a consequence of that, and the day before for that matter, I made a commitment to at least try to be a little bit more diligent about limiting my interventions when moved by this book. So we shall see. You feel me? Yeah, because the book is jamming and powerful and moving, but I don't want it to take a month before we're done with the reading. So that is my commitment today, is to attempt to be a lot more disciplined about the read. Okay. So with that being said, let's see here. Banner. So you can see scrolling across the bottom, if you're tuning in from YouTube, Twitch, or Facebook, you can see across the bottom of the page ways that you can donate to the Temple of Evolutionary Emergence. And so that is happening. Those of you who are tuning in from IG, you can email me at releaseheartcenter@gmail.com. That is releaseheartcenter@gmail.com. You can email me on how to make donations, contributions to the Temple of Evolutionary Emergence. Now, because I recognize tax season is quickly approaching. If you are one who would like to make a tax deductible donation, and you want the paperwork to be able to come up to claim your donation on your taxes this year, just again, releaseheartcenter@gmail.com. Just email me and I can get that to you for your taxes this year. So, because we are a 501c3. So with that being said, the logistics out of the way, I am going to start with the read of Pure Lust by Mary Daly. Nietzsche is accurate in his description. Let me go back to that. Okay, so yesterday what we left off was a discussion about papal impotency. Okay. And so the last thing that we read, which I will revisit today, just so you have a frame of reference, was a quote by the philosopher Friedrich Nietzsche. The rancour of impotent priests has been, you know what, let me turn this fan down a little bit. I don't want a lot of background noise on this recording. Okay. Yeah, that's better. The rancour of impotent priests has been analyzed by Friedrich Nietzsche. Of course, that philosopher did not name the targets of priestly rancour, namely women and nature, the true enemies of the priestly caste. For Nietzsche himself, despite his deviance, participated by reason of his sex in the privileges of the priests. Yet his insights are worth pondering. Quote, as is well known, the priests are the most evil enemies. But why? Because they are the most impotent. It is because of their impotence that in them hatred grows to monstrous and uncanny proportions, to the most spiritual and poisonous kind of hatred. The truly great haters in the world and world history have always been priests. Likewise, the most ingenious haters, the most, yeah, the most ingenious haters. Other kinds of spirit hardly come into consideration when compared with the spirit of priestly vengefulness. Nietzsche is accurate in his descriptions of priestly hatred and impotence. He simply fails to know not only the identity of the targets of priestly hatred, but also the reason for his selection of targets. For Nietzsche himself, mired in priestly misogynism, could not acknowledge that it is the active potency of elemental women that arouses such monstrous and uncanny proportions of hatred in the ontologically impotent drainers. That is, Nietzsche had merely foreground knowledge of priestly hate and impotence, yet his words are often thought-provoking. For example, when he writes of the intestinal morbidity and neurasthenia which has afflicted priests in all times, and adds, quote, but as to that which they themselves devised as a remedy for this morbidity, must one not assert that it has ultimately that it has ultimately proved itself 100 times more dangerous in its effects than the sickness it was supposed to cure? Mankind itself is still ill with the effects of this priestly naivety in medicine. Ho, 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 ho. Nietzsche understood something of iatrogenic physician caused disease and was able to identify and was able to identify the modern profession of medicine with the impotent priestly caste. Oh my God. He could not have known the extent of the morbidity of the nuclear scientific and political priests who are ready to, quote, cure the world of its problems by means of annihilation. Prudes pursuing the subject of priestly impotence will be interested in the etymology of the word priest, which is derived from the Greek presbyteros, meaning priest, elder, older, comparative of presbys, old man. The patriarchal priesthoods and professions characteristically are controlled by old men. These dictate the beliefs and rules of conduct for younger men, from whose ranks and these dictate the belief and rules of conduct for younger men, from whose ranks the rankest, the most ruthless, and most roboticized are recruited as replacements for their senile superiors. Oh, shit. These, in turn, will join the select society of lecherous old men driven by impotence to ever viler forms of rapism, maiming, genocide, and gynocide. The violations and massacres masterminded by these elders assume increasingly sublime dimensions as their targets broaden to include the totality of all life. The universality of their lethal intent can be named by the word biocide. Indeed, the aging, greetings, everyone tuning in. Let's see. Indeed, the aging and deterioration of patriarchy itself into ever more vile and violent manifestations of senility follows the patterns of the lives of individual males who are the directors of the sublime cinematic Sado society. where lechery is continually purified of its previous puerile limitations and is extended to the violation of all living beings. These degenerative and life violating tendencies of patriarchy, which is essentially the state, ruled by old men and priests, are the context within which the recent history of the arch image can be understood, and within which the recent tokenizing of strong women can be recognized and comprehended. Since these phenomena are interrelated, it behooves lusty women to turn attention to recent developments of Marian dogma, bearing in mind the fact that symbolic manipulation manifests a great deal about the political strategies of the manipulators. The Immaculate Conception. It is chronologically, I love this show, so I should reiterate that she makes up words. So this is Crone, logically, chronologically significant. It is chronologically significant that although belief in the Immaculate Conception of Mary was part of the popular piety for centuries, it was not made an official dogma of the Catholic faith until 1854. Wow, I didn't know that. For this coincides with the period when the so-called first wave of feminism was beginning to crest. The year 1848 marked the first women's rights convention in America in Seneca Falls, New York. From 1848 on, American feminists increasingly voiced their grievances. Susie B. Anthony, Matilda Jocelyn Gage, Angelina and Sarah Grimke, Elizabeth Oak Smith, Elizabeth Cady Stanton, Sojourner Truth, and Emily Willard, to name a few, were beginning to find their voices. Moreover, the killer instinct of the patriarchal males responded immediately. The impotent priests of all medical professions aimed their weapons directly at the female genital area, cresting the gynocidal field of gynecology. Wow. Listen, I'm going to read that last paragraph again. So it's saying once women began finding their voices, moreover, the killer instinct of the patriarchal males responded immediately. The impotent priests of the medical profession aimed their weapons directly at the female genital area, creating the gynocidal field of gynecology. God. The rise of feminism and the anti-feminist backlash were occurring more or less simultaneously in Europe. Throughout Europe, ministers and journalists, as well as politicians, denounced female independence. In England, distinguished male writers in the late 1840s were protesting against the exercise of intellect in women. For example, Benjamin Disraeli in Sybil of 1845 and William Thackeray in Pendennis in 1848 through 1850. It is within this context that chronologists should analyze the proclamation in 1854 of the dogma of the Immaculate Conception by Pope Pius the I don't know, the 11th, maybe the 9th. I got to learn Roman numerals. Anyway, I guess I should if I'm gonna be going in on these damn popes. But anyway, Pope Pius in the bull Ineffabilis Deus, Ineffabilis Deus, the bull signaled an advanced stage of chicanery, beautifully parodied in the title of Susan Arms' book on childbirth, The Immaculate Deception. The Immaculate Deception. This dogma is a baffling phenomenon. It presents for belief a concept which is quite inconceivable, as we shall presently see. According to the dogma, Mary was conceived in her mother's womb without original sin. Of course, it might seem that there is really nothing remarkable about such a conception, especially if one does not accept the concept of original sin. Thus, the very fact that such a conception would be proclaimed and proclaimed as unique is already mind-boggling. This, however, is only the beginning of the boggle. The doctrine of the virgin birth of Jesus, a doctrine that should not be confused with the Immaculate Conception, fascinating, with the Immaculate Conception, especially, is also the doctrine of the virgin birth of Jesus, a doctrine that should not be confused with the Immaculate Conception, is also subversive of ancient myths of the parthenogenetic goddess. Since parthenogenesis would produce only female offspring, the story of the virgin birth of a male savior should be eminently suspect. Or, to put it another way, the birth of Jesus was indeed a miracle, as Martha Yates has pointed out. However, in comparison with the Immaculate Conception, the virgin birth of Jesus story is a pale perversion. The greater deception, the deeper mythic undermining of the originally parthenogenetic goddess, required the erasure of her own self prior to her role as the Mother of God. Such mythic erasure of Mary's self was attempted through the Immaculate Conception doctrine. According to this inconceivable doctrine, Mary was preserved from original sin by the grace of her Son immediately at the moment of her conception, not only in advance of his birth, but also in advance of her own birth. Nor was she merely purified as an embryo in the womb of her mother. Indeed, according to this astonishing doctrine, Mary never had a moment of life, even of embryonic life, without being full of the grace merited by her Son through his death on the cross. Thus, she was purified of autonomous being before ever experiencing even an instant of this. Whew. What is this? Man. Okay, the doctrine certainly can be read as an expression of make sure I don't set my house on fire. Yeah, let's do that. Okay. All right. Let's see. The doctrine certainly can be read as an expression of the impotent priest's hatred of female power. Indeed, it represents their attempt at the ontological castration of the arch-image, and through her of the archimage. Mary is so full of grace that she is denatured, destined to become the mother of a godson, who bestows upon her his pseudo-nature, this grace. In this pornographic mythic mirror world, the Son totals his virgin mother victim. Damn. Virgin mother victim. The Immaculate Conception is the ultimate depiction of prenatal. Fuck. God damn. The Immaculate Conception is the ultimate depiction of prenatal woman battering, a mythic model of incestuous assault. God damn. It is the primal rape of the arch image within the mad illogic of dogmatic constructs. It is logically prior to the rape of the virgin that takes place at the Annunciation, when the adolescent Mary is told by the angel Gabriel that she is to be the mother of God, and gives her fictitious assent. To put it in other words, as a consequence of her initial rape, grace, Mary has been totaled, made totally unable to resist this divine aggression, lust, and rape. Oh my God. At the Annunciation, then, the already raped Mary consents to further rape. God damn. Sheesh. Yeah. Oh my God. Damn. In the world of Christian symbols, then, the Immaculate Conception exhibits a kind of ultimacy in undermining women, going far and beyond the rape, killing, and dismemberment of full grown, parthenogenetically conceived. Let's see. In the world of Christian symbols, then, the Immaculate Conception exhibits a kind of ultimacy in undermining women, going far beyond the rape, killing, and dismemberment of the full grown, parthenogenetically conceived goddess. Its target is her parthenogenetic woman identified origin, and thus it undermines her original power of self-naming and creation. Since the original source, the Archimage, cannot be defiled, she has been symbolically simulated, and this simulation has been defiled and therefore called immaculate. Oh, such rape of female archaic power is appropriately named the Immaculate Conception, since it is a purely phallic misconception of purification. Let's see. Such rape of female archaic power is appropriately named the Immaculate Conception, since it is a purely phallic misconception, a purification purge of conceptions, memories of elemental female being. As Anne Dellenbaugh has remarked, this resonates with women's common experience of rape, one effect of which is the blockage of thoughts, the breaking, oh my God, the breaking and interruption of the thinking process. Oh my God. Oh, God. Hold on. Oh, man. Let's see. As Anne Dellenbaugh has remarked, this story resonates with women's common experience of rape, one effect of which is the blockage of thoughts, the breaking and interruption of the thinking process. Rape purifies women's conceptions, making these conform to phallic norms. Oh my God. Okay, I gotta. I promised I was not going to try to intervene, but I have to say this. I'll make it short. A few days ago, we talked about, maybe it was about a week ago, we talked about, actually it was about 2 weeks ago when I did the lives on the prevalence and statistics regarding rape and other forms of sexual violence against women around the world. And when I talked about the increase, despite the fact that we are supposed to be so progressive and so forward thinking in the year 2023, however, just the last 10 years, the instances of sexual violence and rape have skyrocketed almost everywhere on earth, right? And I said that the reason why sexual violence is so prevalent and why the punishment for it is so light is because ever since the advent of the rise of patriarchy, sex as sexual violence and rape is a primary weapon of colonial conquest, of imperialism, and it was required for the establishment of patriarchy itself. Remember me saying that? Remember me saying that the reason I told a story about my ex-husband getting like 3 years, 4 years in prison for selling marijuana, and then he met an old dude in the prison who was found guilty on 12 charges of battery, sexual violence, sodomy, and pedophilia. He was a dentist who was telling parents that their kids needed to have oral surgery to put them under. And while he put them under and made the parents wait out in the waiting room, while he had them children under, he was taking video footage of himself committing these acts of sexual violence against these kids. 12 counts. This dude was out in 3 years. 3 years on 12 counts of sexual aggression and violence against children, right? And I told that story because I was trying to make a point about why the time. And I also talked about how this tendency is very recent in history, that even as Rome was an imperial, diabolical, society, that rape was one of those crimes that was harshly punished in Roman society, right? That if a man was found guilty of rape, that he was not only put to death, but his wealth, whatever wealth he owned at the time of said crime, went right over to the victim of the crime. So where is it, and why is it that now, all these hundreds of years later, thousands of years later, rape is one of those crimes, sexual violence in general is one of those crimes that is never harshly punished. Never, nowhere, never harshly punished. And it is because it has been internalized by men in general as the primary weapon that they have to establish dominance over women and children and others. You understand? Here she just said that this story, which is the underpinning of rape culture, which is the underpinning, which is the foundation of sexual violence as a weapon of war, is this story of the Immaculate Conception. What? She says, as Anne Dellenbaugh has remarked, this resonates, this story of the Immaculate Conception and its implications in the consciousness and the psyche of human beings, both the victim and the aggressor. That she has remarked that this resonates with women's common experience of rape. Listen to what she says. One effect of which is the blockage of thoughts. What does that sound like if it doesn't sound like PTSD experienced by victims of rape culture and sexual violence? Breaks in the memory. We just said yesterday that what is the greatest threat? What is the greatest threat to the fathers? The fathers have recognized that memory is their major enemy. And they have worked to destroy memory, its vestiges in women. Fast forward, she says, rape, one of the effects of rape is the blockage of thoughts, the breaking and interruption in the thinking process. Rape purifies women's conceptions, making their conceptions, their thoughts, their thinking, their memories conform to phallic norms. I just taught y'all 2 weeks ago about how sexual violence is the primary weapon of colonial and imperial war. Okay? Before I even picked up this damn book. Thus, this doctrine is a mythic model for the thought memory stopping dimensions of rape. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh. And let me tell you how shit unfolds. Through its subliminal messages, then, the doctrine of the Immaculate Conception sets forth the image of Mary as a model rape victim. Oh my God. Listen, she said, through its subliminal messages, then the doctrine of the Immaculate Conception sets forth the image of Mary as a model rape victim. From the moment of her conception, from the moment she is conceived, y'all, not born, conceived. From the moment of her conception, she is ineffably undermined by this sublime spiritual rape. Later, by her inevitable acceptance of Gabriel's message, she seeks salvation by the child. I am having a moment. Listen. From the moment of her conception, she is ineffably undermined by this sublime spiritual rape. Later, by her inevitable acceptance of Gabriel's message, she seeks salvation by the rapist. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh, child, y'all ain't hearing. Ew. Oh, God. Oh. In real life in quotes, it is also often the case that once raped, a woman finds it difficult to forget the horrible event. She is continually trying to undo it, conditioned to believe that she is to blame for the rape. She seeks to undo it by seeking male approval. Oh my. For she no longer trusts the power of her own judgment, believing that through her own fault a male has succeeded in degrading and defiling her. She concludes that only a male can save her. Thus, rape implies the need of a male savior. This is one reason for the hold of Christian myth upon women's raped psyches. The myth itself, of course, reinforces the self-blame of victimized women. Oh my God. Oh shit. Oh my God. Oh. Oh my God. Oh man. Oh. Oh. Oh God. Oh. Oh my God. Oh my God. Damn. Oh. The Immaculate Conception thus illustrates and legitimates the ineffable circularity of rapism. Already violated at her conception, Mary affirms at the Annunciation her need of male acceptance. Her initial violation made the later one. When she conceived of the Holy Ghost in order to become the mother of God, unavoidable. Damn. Pure rapism is inconceivably circular. Damn. Mary's victimization is astonishing. She was totaled across time. Oh, God. Damn, y'all. She was totaled across time. Baby, she didn't stand a chance. For at the moment she was conceived, she was doomed. Anne Dellenbaugh has remarked that as virgin, she is a reminder to women of their destiny. Oh my God. God. Y'all. Damn. Oh my God. Ah. Damn. Oh my God. What the fuck? Holy fucking shit, y'all. I am. And Dellenbaugh has remarked that as virgin, she is a reminder to women of their destiny to be raped. For in the patriarchal system, a virgin is a future rape victim. Since she, oh, 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 since she is forever virgin, despite her maternity, she is forever future rape victim. The message is even exacerbated by the extremity of her tantalizing purity. Moreover, as archetypal mother, she is past rape victim, encompassing all time. Her rape is the perpetual entombment of her lifetime. Oh my God. Oh, oh my God. Oh, yo, rape is her inescapable reality from conception to the end of time. By their subliming of this monstrous mythic disguise for the archimage, the impotent priest produced an archetype who could not have had a divine daughter because she had been purified of her own self, and indeed never had been herself. Such a being would be inconceivable to herself, totally denatured of her powers as parthenogenetic goddess. She was set up as model for patriarchal women, and indeed patriarchally possessed women cannot have daughters, although they may have female offspring. Patriarchal women cannot create, for they have been made unable to conceive of themselves, of their selves. Thus, an elemental female tradition within patriarchal structures is inconceivable. Faced with this mythic and lived out baffle, musing women can choose to exercise the patriarchal myth through naming and living our own lives, which is to breathe forth the archimage within us. Only women who choose to participate in the archimage can conceive of ourselves, creating ourselves and our tradition. As more Websters find the original witch within, we obliterate the rape replacement and make ancestral memories more available. It is by self identified creating that women can crack the archetypal mirrors, finding RK beings, becoming verbs, unleashing our own powers. Oh my God. The Immaculate Conception and the strategies of tokenism. Oh my God. Oh, God damn. We have seen that the doctrine of the Immaculate Conception appeared much later in Christian myth and theology than did the virgin birth. Many centuries of preparation were required for the acceptance of this belief. To put the matter bluntly, symbolically speaking, To put the matter bluntly, symbolically speaking, the goddess had to be totally done in order to be an appropriate mother of God. The fact that the church could not get around this tidying up of the murder of the tidying up of the goddess murder program until recently would seem to have been a matter of political strategy. For as we have seen, the power of the arch image had been needed in order to convert the pagans, even at the risk that this power might get out of hand. Moreover, it is chronologically significant that the proclamation of this dogma followed the European witch crave. For the mass murder of women and its deep psychic impact paved the way for the deceptively degrading dogma. Y'all, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. Damn. The promulgation of the dogma was equivalent to an advanced, refining, subliming of the arch image, a further battering of female power into archetypal shape, purifying the intuition of elemental female being to such a degree that this became inconceivable, inaccessible, while pretending that under Christianity, women are on a pedestal and, of course, sublime. Truths who reflect upon this phenomenon will be able to see some interesting clues concerning the strategies of tokenism. Since the tokenizing of strong women is a primary feature of anti-feminist politics at this time, it is useful to consider in what ways the dogma may throw light upon the dilemmas posed by such politics. Ugh. Let's see. Bearing in mind that the myths often function as self-fulfilling prophecies, we might well ponder the message of this mythic development. I suggest that the news is not cheering, but that the worst mistake would be refusal to know it. We have seen that on the symbolic level, the Immaculate Conception fosters a delusion of advancement of women's position, while it undermines the possibility of conceiving any image of autonomous female transcendence. Shit. In this respect, it resembles tokenism. God damn. Oh my God. Shit. Oh. Oh my God. In this respect, it resembles tokenism. Indeed, the case can be made that the proclamation of this dogma in 1854 ushered in the age of female tokenism and subliminally contained prophetic messages concerning the ways in which the tactics of tokenism would be developed. Since women have been incorporated in limited numbers into the professions of the 19th and 20th centuries, the phenomena of tokenism warrants close attention. Hags might ask ourselves forthright questions, for example. Will there be a second witch craze? Y'all ain't fucking hearing. Y'all ain't fucking hearing. Y'all ain't fucking hearing. This book, man. This book, this woman, this book. Y'all don't understand. Go back for the last 2 months and watch my goddamn YouTubes. For 2 months, I've been talking to you about the environment, about the atmosphere that exists, that is priming us to accept and participate in a second wave of witch hunts. Hadn't I been talking to y'all about that? Hadn't I been talking to y'all about the use of moon blood, about rape as an indicator of this coming second witch hunt, of movies named one after the other, priming us subconsciously to accept that any aggression against a woman who may be powerful or who may be a witch or who may even be in a position of political power will be accepted, that we can point to on a regular basis. These ongoing aggressions that will eventually, I just talked to y'all 2.5, almost 3 weeks ago about this Negro preacher calling on among Black men, calling on an army of God to facilitate and initiate the new witch hunts of the age. He ain't even color it up as anything. He said, we about to go out here. I'm calling on Black men in the church to get out here and get ready to hunt witches. I've been telling y'all this for fucking 2 months minimally. I have not read, I'm reading this book to you for the first time that I'm reading it myself. This book was written in 1983. 1983, this book was written, and she says we might, as hags, start to ask ourselves certain questions. Well, the first question is, will there be a second witch craze? I just said to y'all the other day when we started reading this book that we need to make a statistical comparison of the witch hunts of Europe and the preschool to prison pipeline in the United States of America, and start to mark the similarities as evidence that the Inquisition never ended. Will there be a second witch craze? If so, what form will it take? There is, of course, a perpetual witch craze in patriarchy, and I have discussed some forms of it elsewhere. For example, gynecology and psychotherapy are gynocidal weapons of the patriarchs. Oh, oh, shh. Oh my God. Damn. Ugh. My precise concern here, however, is to find the most deceptive and modern mode of gynocide, succeeding in the European witch craze, which terminated in the middle 18th century in Western industrialized society. My method is to look at recent Marian dogmas, and the assumption will be treated in the next chapter as mythic paradigms disclosing and foretelling a social reality. There are clues in the fact that the witch craze in Western Europe was fostered and fueled by the rising professional power block. Not only priests and ministers, but members of the legal and medical profession had an active role and vested interest in the killing of the witches. Looking at the professions today, we can see a continuation of this vested interest and overt violence against women, for example, by the medical profession. The phenomena that I intend to focus on here, however, is the false inclusion of women within the professions as a means of destroying female integrity and powers. Damn, there are several points to be considered. First, I am undone. I'm undone. Man. Shit. I am undone. God damn. First, looking at the Immaculate Conception and the tokenizing of women in the professions and by extension in various men's and boys clubs, such as male-led political groups, we find that both promote an illusion of progress. Both marry and tokens are raised up. What is obliterated from memory is the knowledge of who put them down in the first place. The fact of the sexual caste system is disguised, or at least the impression is created that if it ever existed, it has now been overcome or is well on the way to being overcome. Of course, nothing could be further from the truth. The immaculately conceived, deceived woman is being prepared for the ultimate self destruction, the selling out of herself and of her sisters. Oh, fuck. As Judith Long Laws points out, she is appointed to the role of hatchet man to her sisters. Like Mary, she has been prepared to assent to the spiritual rape that will reproduce the myth of male divinity. Oh my God. This delusion of progress inhibits radicalism. Some insight concerning the strategy operative in this production of delusion can be gleaned from Ralph Dahrendorf's critique of Marxian theory. He makes the following point. Quote, a oh my God. Oh my God. Oh, fuck. Y'all. Oh, God damn. Child. When I say I am undone, I am undone. I am overwhelmed. Quote, a class composed of individuals whose social position is not an inherited and inescapable fate, but merely one of a plurality of social roles is not likely to be as powerful a historical force as the closed class Marx had in mind, where mobility is a regular occurrence and therefore a legitimate expectation of many people. Conflict groups are not likely to have either the permanence or the dead seriousness of caste-like classes composed of hopelessly alienated men. End quote. Oh my God. Ooh, child. Oh my God. The point is that the appearance of social mobility or progress squelches the instinct to revolt. The point is that the appearance of social mobility or progress squelches the instinct to revolt and create radical change. Tokenism provides this appearance and illusion for women and all oppressed groups, taming the radical impulse with false hope. Oh my God. Listen, it might be true. It might be true. Yo, the listen. The point that is the point is that the appearance, y'all ain't hearing. Cause ain't nobody acting like they just got punched in the jaw. Ain't nobody on here acting like they just got gut punched or freaking two-footed donkey kicked in the chest. The point is that the appearance of social mobility, because she just talked about women is the hatchet men of her sisters. The point is that the appearance of social mobility or progress squelches our instinct to revolt and create new radical change. Tokenism that provides the appearance and illusion for women and all oppressed groups, taming our radical impulse with false hope. A second point of comparison between the dogma and the strategy of tokenizing women is the employment of the delusion of exceptionalism. The Immaculate Conception worked as a symbolic transformation, rendering Mary an exception free of original sin. As Laws shows, the self attribute of exceptionalism is central to the psychology of the token. If we ask, exceptional to what? The answer is clear. The token woman believes herself to be an exception to the alleged incompetency, an array of weaknesses ascribed to women in general. Oh my God, that is to the original sin of being a woman. If the tokenized woman in this situation is a woman of color or Jewish or lesbian or elderly or of the working class background or belongs to any other stigmatized group, her self attribution of exceptionalism is, of course, multiplied. Oh my God. Oh, fuck. Third, Mary is exceptional because she is full of grace. That is full of male identification bestowed on her by her son, who is her savior. Her son is her savior. Oh my God. Oh, fuck. Likewise, the token is in a role partnership with a male sponsor or savior who legitimates her male identification. However, as Judith Long Laws points out, quote, once the token is confirmed in her role, her interaction with the larger group is facilitated and need not be mediated by the sponsor anymore, end quote. Like a brain surgeon after performing a lobotomy, the sponsor knows when his work is done. Oh my God. Oh my God. Like a brain surgeon after performing a lobotomy, the sponsor knows when his work is done. The token has lost a great deal of her capacity to cause trouble. She has been groomed to deny her autonomous self. Oh my God. Fourth, the immaculately conceived Mary is immaculately deceived, emptied of autonomous intellect and will. She can have no memory of woman identified consciousness. Her mind is, as it were, a clean slate. Similarly, the token is more unaware of her stigma of being a woman than any member of the dominant class. What does all of this tell us about the strategies of the contemporary witch killers? Following through on the mythic paradigm employed here, I suggest that the strategy of tokenizing women is ultimate purification from society, or more precisely, from women's consciousness of woman identified elemental and original thinking and passion. The perfect token is the perfect traitor. betraying herself and womankind at large. She gives her assent to, oh my God, she gives her assent to rapism. The spectacle of her betrayal feeds the patriarchally embedded hatred of women in women. Ugh. I suggest that the mythic paradigm of the Immaculate Conception carries the war against female and elemental being beyond earlier stages. This is not simply physical massacre of women, it is killing of consciousness and integrity in women. In this second coming of the witch craze, the chief character of the story is missing. There is no witch to be crazed or raised. Moreover, this mythic model goes far beyond the symbol of the twice born Athena, who was born. Oh my God. Oh fucking God. Shoo. Listen. Oh fuck. Moreover, this mythic model goes far beyond the symbol of the twice born Athena, who was born male identified. God damn. More. Shit. Oh my God. Shit. Y'all ain't heard, man. Listen. Moreover, this mythic model goes far beyond the symbol of the twice born Athena, who was born male identified from the head of Zeus. For a born again might have some memory of her previous life. After all, Athena's mother, with Athena in her womb, was swallowed by Father Zeus. Athena is tokenized and she betrays women. But the myth itself reminds us of her original parthenogenetic mother, Metis, the goddess of wisdom. In contrast to this, the immaculately conceived Mary has no memory of a divine mother. She is not a daughter. In the age of the second witch craze, memory of gynocentric origins is obliterated. Tokens having memorized male words and uncritically copied male text become complicit in the destruction of her memory. Oh, the token detached her from herself, filled with gratitude to her sponsors, destroys the source, which would have been her only recourse. Oh. Moreover, she knows not what she does. The pure token is an immaculate conception, freed from all knowledge of the stain of original female nature, freed from consciousness of stigma. God damn. To put it starkly and simply, the second coming of the witch craze will employ different methods. This time, women are trained and legitimated to do it to each other. Women have been coached by the impotent priest to destroy each other. Oh, oh, oh my God. Oh my God in heaven. A particularly lethal instrument of this training is man-made and man-controlled pseudo-feminism. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. A particularly lethal instrument of this training is man-made and male-controlled pseudo-feminism. One of the most deadly effects of pseudo-feminism is the manufacture and spread of delusion among women who have been tricked into believing that the illusion is feminism itself. Thus, the illusion makers create the illusion that feminism is an illusion. Since this causes deceived and discouraged women to turn to phallic sponsors for support in their crisis of feminist faith, the further spread of tokenism is achieved. Holy fucking shit. Oh my God. What does this mean, y'all? What is she talking about? The instrument of pseudo feminism? What is she talking about? Oh my God. That causes women who, listen, who are tricked into believing that the illusion is feminism itself. And that this illusion causes them to turn to men for support. Oh my. Oh, goddamn. Y'all, this shit that we must undo. Asmara 321, the book is Pure Lust, Elemental Feminist Philosophy by Mary Daly. For those who came in late, Pure Lust, Elemental Feminist Philosophy by Mary Daly. We've been reading on this book now since last Thursday. Y'all, child. Oh my God. Oh, shit. I don't know, child. At this point, I do not know. I do not know. But she will reveal, child. This is something else. She says, since this causes deceived and discouraged women to turn to phallic sponsors for support in their crisis of feminist faith, the further spread of tokenism is achieved, child. In the process of embedding this confusion, the master tricksters rely upon the unexercised mechanisms of horizontal violence. Their success is measured by the degree to which they are able to erase women's archaic elemental memory. Since men cannot by themselves completely erase memory from women, they must channel women into affecting the erasure of ourselves. I can feel it. Oh my God. Oh, fuck. Oh my God. Ooh. Oh my God. Oh. Mm. Oh. 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 Listen. Ha. Ha. Oh my God. The most effective means employed by males to induce women to perform this dirty work has been and continues to be the manufacture of illusions which trigger the mechanisms of self-hate and horizontal violence among women. This programmed and activated in the direction of self-destruction, women actively will not remember deep memory, for woman identified knowledge has been made to seem repugnant. Fixed by the pushers of pseudo-feminism, women are purified of even the desire to remember. Oh, fuck. Filled with the grace of false knowledge of feminism, women turn to their saviors and sponsors cooing, quote, "Let it be done to me according to your will." Oh my God. Thanks to the purifying effects of phallic lust, this immaculate conception is achieved. Bored by the stimulations of female being, women retreat further into the amnesic state of totaled tokens. Complicit in their own brainwashing, women thus totaled become intellectual scrub women, fanatically cleaning and cleansing the minds of other women. Oh my God. Oh, damn. The fanaticism reaches fantastic proportions, especially when a woman is consumed with the need not to know herself. Immaculately conceived, women are often immaculately conceived. Women often have a zeal that can only rarely be ascribed to males. For this is elemental vigor turned against its source. Oh my God. The only hope for overcoming this second coming of the witch craze is to risk being the crazed witch, recalling rays of elemental memory. This involves facing the blinding light of the mythic paradigm of female assimilation and tokenism, seeing through the conception of deception, undeceiving ourselves, believing ourselves. Oh my God. Child, I gotta stop there. I can't. I gotta stop there. Holy sh. Come on, Asmara 321. Yes, child. Yes, Shahrazad Ali. Yes. Yes. And we can name so many more hatchet men. What did she call them? She called them women who are the hatchet men to their own sisters. Oh my God. Oh my God. Child, I feel like I've been possessed in here. Oh my God. Fuck. Yo. Oh my God. Child. I gotta go outside. I gotta go for a motherfucking walk, child. Whew. I gotta go for a walk. Listen. So we'll pick up tomorrow. For those of you who have the book, I think somebody was telling me yesterday that they were actually able to find a PDF of the book online. So Google Pure Lust. I'll show you the cover again. Whew. Pure Lust. The subtitle is Elemental Feminist Philosophy. Pure Lust, Elemental Feminist Philosophy by Mary Daly. So just Google Pure Lust by Mary Daly and then put PDF in the search engine. I think somebody did tell me the other day that they were having a hard time finding the book to purchase, but they did find a PDF of it online. So get it. We will pick up tomorrow on page 113 at the top. Translucent transcendence of the Immaculate Conception. Child, I need a motherfucking drink. Okay. I am too undone. Yeah, we about to get to work. God damn it. We about to get to work. Okay? We about to get to work. Oh my God. Okay, my name is Cassandra Faye Floyd, also known as the Daughter of the Fates. I am the founder of the Temple of Evolutionary Emergence. If you are tuning in by Facebook, Twitch, or YouTube, you can see at the bottom of the screen how to make a donation to the Temple of Evolutionary Emergence. That is PayPal, Zelle, Venmo, and Cashapp. If you are tuning in via IG and would like to contribute, make a donation to the Temple of Evolutionary Emergence, email me at releaseheartcenter@gmail.com, and I will tell you how you can make that donation. You can make that contribution. For those of you who tuned in via IG, go to my YouTube page and catch up on what you've been missing. You feel me? It's not just the book, because since July, child, Spirit been on me, and I guess it was all leading up to this book, which I chose really randomly to read to you guys, just because I was tired of just doing random Facebook lives on just different popular topics. I wanted to do something different. So everything is purposeful, everything as it should be. You feel me? Go to my YouTube channel, which is at DaughterOfTheFates. When you go into YouTube, in the search engine, make sure you put the @ DaughterOfTheFates. @ DaughterOfTheFates. Otherwise, a whole bunch of other shit gonna come up. Okay. Yeah. Thank you, Esmara321. Thank you, the Pressure Cooker, KD, Letitia, Carlotta, everybody that tuned in, Frank, Oshalami, Firewater United, I am Chef B, Maui Yabomani, everybody that joined, thank you so much. I will see you tomorrow at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time for the continued reading of this most magnanimous piece of work. Y'all just have to walk with me, because I can't just read straight through acting like I am unaffected by what is happening in this book. Okay? This motherfucking portal crafted by Mary Daly in 1983. Pure Lust, Elemental Feminist Philosophy by Mary Daly. Get your life right. Catch up on the readings so you can be with us when we finish trekking through this magnanimous piece of work. You feel me? In the meantime, I will have some information either tonight. I have a meeting right after this, either tonight or tomorrow, about temple service on Sunday, whether we will be on location or whether it will be, again, just a live. But my fingers crossed, we will have the use of this building come this Sunday for a physical location for the Temple of Evolutionary Emergence weekly service. Okay, so keep paying attention to that. I'll see you guys tomorrow at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time for the continued reading of Pure Lust. Peace.